right, well, we got completely disconnected. Sorry about that. That's a bummer. Anyway, I was trying to say, you go outside and you have to be very specific with your intentions, right? So when we talk about grounding, it's not just going outside, it's but actually like being present in that moment while you're outside. So while it's still warm enough, I highly recommend go barefoot and, finish up the last of the gardening, maybe harvest as much as you can up from all those beautiful things. How's your garden going, Renee? Still alive?
It's losing its
dying,
but
yeah. I know. So do as much as you can, and then the moon though, the sky is really clear, even though we are having horrible fires out west. It's the perfect time to really go outside and talk. So talk to your ancestors, talk to God, whomever you want to talk to, but say it out loud. And I feel like this is the time for a lot more reception to happen. Because as weird as this may sound to some people, Divine wants us to put in that type of effort to really say things out loud and to really make sure you take moments that you set aside, because it's known that it takes effort to do something like that. It takes effort to go outside. It takes effort to have some silence around. And when we go for that type of effort, we're rewarded very, very quickly. So it not just grounds us, but it centers us, and it also discharges excess energy that could be attracting some junk or gunk. Anybody know what that means? That's why we get more disrupted dreams and sleep and things like that, insomnia. Things will start to go out of hand. And we always say, like, with a new moon or full moon or moons and anything like that, that it's disruptive. But the truth is that those moons, if you actually connect to the energy, it will be the reverse. Does this make sense? You don't hear that a lot, but if you actually try and purposely connect to a moon cycle, you're going to feel very connected and very centered, and you won't feel out of sorts. So guess what? That's what you should do. And that's my advice. And now it's time to meditate. So without further ado, get into a quiet space. You can shut off your video.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. I don't know if that was such a mic drop. I could do more mic drop stuff, but tonight that's where we're at. Get into a calm place. Hey, Mary.
How should we lay down?
I usually say lay down on your back.
Okay.
That's not laying down, but okay. Lay down on your back.
No, it will be.
Okay, palms up. If your low back gets sensitive, you should always support something under your knees. Okay. Let's see where our meditation is going to bring us tonight. Everybody's muted. I think we're good to go. So as you lie down, begin to get that contact in with the belly breath. So if your breath is a little fast right now, you can always bring your hands right around the navel area. And as you feel your belly come to meet your hands, really feeling the palms and the fingertips collide into the belly, and vice versa, everything coming to meet. So the breath is dictated by our intention, believe it or not. Even though it's involuntary, you can't keep your breath stopped for very long. The speed of it, the length of it, and the deepness of it, at the beginning, at first, goes by how we intend to use it. So bring that intention into length. Bring that intention into space, knowing that it's going to feed the pranic growth, your your energy, your life force. It's going to feed it all. You know, at the beginning, when I first started doing the Sunday night meditations, it was with the major intent of bringing us all together, obviously, but to also heal the world in a bigger space. So tonight, I'd like to bring some of that vibe back. You know, my sister's out west. She's in Oregon with the fires and stuff. And I know, and you know, that if we can combine our intentions, we can make changes happen. We can make a ripple effect. We can make vibrations change. And sometimes when you're in it, meaning like you're in the quandary, you're the one in the center of it, it feels impossible to make changes like that. It feels impossible to believe that things can change. And I can feel that with my sister and the many others that are affected by these fires. I can feel that they feel, you know, hopeless or stuck or just stuck in logic. And it's quite normal. So right now they're kind of relying on us to keep the faith and to bring the hope. So I'm going to ask you all to do that with me tonight. So now you're going to direct your breath, and as if it's becoming fluid water. Every breath that you take, a soft trickle comes up by the head. You'll feel some little drops of rain coming around the third eye between the eyebrows. And feel the coolness of the water. And maybe the water at first is going to just go on us, meaning the water's going to run down around the eyes, dripping around the nose, the mouth. And you might even get a little tingling or the urge maybe to wipe something away. And just bring the breath there. Allowing this feeling to grow, this urge to let the water do as it needs. So if you've ever had a hot flash or, you know, really bad fever or any type of just extreme heat happen in the body, this is the same type of water you want to bring in, this feeling of coolness, of rejuvenating. So the first part, we're just letting it run across the body. Now feeling drops of water go down a little further, around the nose, mouth, and if some comes into the lips, feel free to taste it. This is really, really pure water here, clear, and only full of the good stuff. You're tasting like the sweetest water. And right now we're only taking little sips in. So I don't normally do this on camera, but you might see me start to channel with some symbols. I'm just going to really, really focus tonight. And I'm already getting super hot. You're doing a great job, guys. I can feel it. So now you're going to allow the water to go further down the body. Feel it go across the chest. Still kind of in that rain mode going, just drops, but they're heavier now. And you can feel it more deeply going across to the heart area, and lungs, which are associated with grieving and grief. We're going to let the lungs cry and the heart cry. So they'll have their own release here too. The chest will open, the shoulders will roll back and down. The entire sternum will feel more open. This is your space to allow the body to be fully open. Very safe space. And more heavy drops start to come now underneath the chest, at the break in the ribs. Remember, this is the area of gold and yellow. Some of the same colors as fire come into this area. A little lower we'll have orange, and beneath that we'll have red. So we're going to imagine that these chakras are representative of this heat, this fire that's burning. And we're going to take control over it now, letting it know that it's okay. It's okay to calm. It's okay to extinguish. So see those drops of water become so heavy now. The difference here, though, is that you can control the speed of the rain. You can control, how chaotic it is, or is. Breath can do that. So your intention here is to always feel safe, and focusing on that sensation of allowing the rain to come down at your speed. And you may even feel the sensation of the weight coming into this area. And really delve into that. You're attracting this strong energy. We're going to soften up again. So we're going to allow that area to build up again, the yellow, the orange, and the red. We're going to allow the heat to build again in a nice big wave. This happens to be close to the kidney area where all that chi is built up. Where normally we don't want to extinguish it, in this case we're telling the whole body that it's safe because the prana is so strong, that breath direction is so strong, that everything's going to go into cycle mode. So we're allowing it to cycle back into this heated area, building up, deep in the breath. You might notice some other colors flying by. And now the water is more around you. And maybe there's still rain happening too, but the water is around you. And underneath that, you can see, you can feel the green grass. You can feel earth inviting more, but there's still water around. Remember, meditation doesn't have to make sense. It's all about this intention. So we can see green grass underneath the water. The water is fluid, it is clear, it is so beautiful. And it has a certain type of sensitivity to it, certain type of texture. And you'll notice it, you'll start to feel it around your body. I like to say you barely break that surface tension. There's a gel-like feeling to it because there's that push and pull from your body to the body of water. And I'm going to build that up for you too. So if you really focus, you might start to feel what I'm lending as well. Sometimes when we do manifestations, people get scared of them. Like, I don't want to manifest the wrong thing. I don't want to manifest the wrong thing. So remember, your intentions are as pure as love. So that means that if God doesn't see something as fit, then it just won't be. So don't feel scared about manifesting. Our intentions right now are all about clearing and helping and soothing the world, soothing California, Oregon, and everybody that's there, soothing those fires. And we start just with the self. So now you'll start to feel a softness sweep across the whole body like a beautiful blanket of water. And that will smooth all the way down towards the feet. And I can feel it happening. The chills are going all the way down. As if someone's just allowing it to move farther and farther down. And you might start to feel some expansion now around your being as everything clears out. There's a wonderful vastness that always happens towards the end of that. And you'll hear me to refer to it as that fertile void. It becomes like a seamless area. It becomes black and endless. So it's a really good darkness. It just shows that there's infinity happening. So as we bring our bodies and these fires into this beautiful void, we're going to allow everything to just come into evenness. So it's more than extinguishing, it's a settling down. This is a place where there is no more, meaning it's neither good nor bad. It's a feeling of pure openness, and that's where we're at right now. So if I were treating you, I would come from the head all across the body, down towards the feet, and I would direct the energy back down towards the feet, just clearing out everything, releasing it down. Just like you're giving your animal a good pet. All the way down. And when you breathe really deep, you might even want to move your hands. You might feel that urge to clear it out with me. And as energy moves through, you'll notice this over and over again, that things change like that, that you'll be directed to move your body, even when you meditate at times. You know, that happens a lot in like Kundalini or other types of vocal meditations, because the mantras, because the vibrations, because the meditations are so powerful that the body responds from inside. It just moves you. And that's where our intentions are now. So now we're flying out into that void and allowing everything to become nothing. And the last part of this meditation is just as vital. We're going to be the overseers. We're going to see people coming back to their homes to rebuild. We're going to see hope back in their eyes. We're going to see them getting the aid that they need. Happy tears. People holding hands freely, hugging freely, holding space. That's what we're doing for them, holding the space. We're going to see smiles across their face, across their lips. Pictures of family and friends being shared again. And one of my favorites, communal meals. You'll see neighborhoods coming together at a time of need, and this type of thing will stay with them. You'll see long tables, picnic tables, folding tables being put together. There's no worry, only safeness. And their hearts are full. And this, my friends, is why we started the meditation for global healing, why I wanted to do it so badly, so we could help ourselves and help each other. So this type of energy that we worked with tonight will stay with you longer than any normal meditation. It will stay with you. Probably for a couple of days, and you can still be able to manipulate it whenever you choose to. So if you choose to come back in contact with it, all you need to do is take your breath back, focus on the beginning of the meditation, focus on the water, and always remember to see the resolve. So, in their minds, they may not be able to see that resolve. Their hope is hard to come by right now. So it's for us to hold that type of space where we can truly keep that faith for them to manifest goodness, to manifest healing. And the more we do these types of meditations, the more available that is to us, the more available a slow breath is, the more available wellness is. So we'll let that spill over into our lives, this softness. You can hear a change in my own voice, the pace, the breathiness. And I kept my eyes closed tonight so I could really, really focus and get into it. And now I'm having a hard time opening my eyes. So I'm going to finish up and send all that energy outward and let it go where it needs to be gone. So after work like this, it's a good idea to, you release it out to the universe, and the energy knows where to go to kind of finish up with the work. And if you feel yourself still discharging, so to speak, you might feel like little waves of tingling or just heat coming out. Just wait for that to finish up. And then whenever that's done, so to speak, you'll put your hands down towards the ground. Usually do fingertips first. And you'll imagine that you're putting your fingertips into the earth and the dirt. And it will start to come down into the ground and transmute. And then you'll pretty much immediately have a temperature change in your body where you'll get a little chilly. Now, even though you didn't have hands on other people, you might want to go rinse off with some cool water from elbows to fingertips and just close your eyes again and imagining any excess leaving. But like I said, the type of work that we did tonight, because it's so pure and it's so healing, it's not going to feel like you picked up extra stuff like you would if you did it like a singular person. This is a universal healing, so it's probably just going to feel pretty good. So I'll stick with that. You should feel really good. So if you want to stay on, I'm going to just change videos because I'll talk a little well, maybe I won't change videos. Everybody's on here right now. So let's go into our communal stuff if anybody wants to perk up and share. I'll unmute you in a moment. If you're going to sign off right now, I'm just going to ask you guys to like go back and in the previous weeks and listen to the homeworks, look for the homeworks because they really are there to help you. And that's it. Thank you so much for doing that imagery with me tonight. It was personally important to me, but it was really important to the world too, so I appreciate it. And I'll talk with you soon. Jai. I'm not switching videos because we already had to break into one video before, so my Zoomers, if you want to start speaking, you're welcome to. Hi. So I'm going to keep it quiet for now because I'm still having energy flowing. So. How was that for you guys? Anybody feel a little hot still? No? Jeannie's freezing? Okay, fair enough. Are you lying on the ground?
I'm also like right by an outdoor like glass door, so of course I'm freezing.
Okay, so your setup for next time might need to change a little bit because you can't concentrate if you're super uncomfortable. Okay, good to know. Take note of that. I see some new names on here. I like that. That's great. Yeah, I mean, I was saying to Carrie today that because my work right now requires a mask and a face shield, or maybe I wasn't saying to Carrie, I was saying to my friend Jess actually, that I feel like a lot of what I do very easily during my healings has come to it's become more difficult to do. So channeling is not hard, but I can't really sing well right now because I'm like all covered. So my vibrational,
Yes, you can.
well, it's not easy. It's not comfortable. Core worth. Thanks, Heidi. I mean, like physically, it doesn't feel the same.
It's difficult.
Yeah, everything feels harder. So for me, that was like really pleasant because it just felt back into the pure energy. Like I didn't have to worry about any other stuff happening. And I could see it happening too. I could also like feel when you guys were more connected. So that was really nice for me. Core warmth, that's really good, Heidi. It's really important to understand that like, you know, all these elements in the world, you know, they can be really, really, you know, powerful, obviously. I don't want to say like that they're bad or good or anything like that. They're just very powerful. And like I was saying that when we're in issues, like when we're having our own difficulties, when we're in our own world, it can be very, very hard to navigate properly, right? Not just like problem solve, but also imagine that things could be different. Just to actually have that foresight that things can actually change. So in this type of case, it's not like their own personal, oh, this is my world thing. They're in their own communal, you know, massive thing going on. But I could hear my sister, who's always so like, you know, positive and spiritual, whatever, like she couldn't even do the imagery. Like it's just such a block. So it is really important for us when you're not in something like that, when you can really lend, you know, that space for somebody else to do it. So thank you for that. Yeah. Is there anything else we want to talk about tonight? Or are we just like ready to go have some tea and go to bed? A little bit. It's all good. So Facebookers, I'm going to stop. If there's anything else you want to share before I sign off, please do that now, and I'll let you have a few moments because it takes a delay as usual. But it's really good to share your feedback after you do a meditation and note what was easy for you, what might have been more challenging, and what you felt. And maybe if your hands moved or didn't, I'm curious about that too. Any movements on your parts? Okay. Billy's like, no.
Okay. No, I was out.
Yeah? Oh, I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Highest compliment. I was out. Perfect. I love it. All right, guys. So I'm really happy we had a few more people join this week, and I think it's because it got colder. That's what happens. So I thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. I'll post the homework. Probably, your hands are cold now, right? So after you discharge, that's really, really normal. Any of my clients can attest that literally, like, as soon as I wash my hands, they're freezing afterwards. Right, guys? Like, it takes...
Turn your heater back on.
What's that?
I turned your heater back
Yeah,
on.
like, I left the room after Carrie was done with the session. I came back and the heater was on. She was like, you were my heater. It's gone. So, yeah, your hands get cold as soon as you discharge, and that's how you know, one of the ways you know that you're actually, like, channeling energy, which is cool, right? So, interesting stuff. All right, guys, I will speak to you next week, but also just, you never know when I'm going to pop on and do a live. I might keep reading kids' books because they're fun. All right, bye.